listen, I still think the Rams are the best team in football. I saw them with my own two eyes yesterday. The Lions gave them a nice first half of a haymaker. And the Lions at one point led the game by 10. And the Rams came back and won it. Jared Goff statistically had a better day than Matthew Stafford, who I believe right now is the MVP of the National Football League with 3 games to go. But Goff, which is what the Scottish call golf without the L. Goff had more touchdown passes, fewer giveaways, and a higher passer rating than Stafford in Week 15. And Amon-Ra St. Brown went off to the tune of 13 catches and 164 yards. He had the most catches, receiving yards, and receiving touchdowns in the first half of a game in his career, and the Rams absorbed it. Came out in the second half, played better defensively, had the better run game. If you had told me coming into the game that 2 running backs would score for a single team, I would say it would be Sonic and Knuckles. Instead, what do we call Kyron Williams and Blake Corum?
Good question. It feels like they need a nickname. Balake Karoom is really coming on.
You don't need to get me to talk about one of my favorite Michigan players in the history of the University of Michigan. But that's now 3 straight games he's had 70 rushing yards and a rushing touchdown after having not a single career game with 60 or more rush yards prior to this current 3-game stretch. And Kyron's still getting his.
Yep.
As he joined 3 others in Rams history to have 3 straight 1,000-yard rushing seasons. Do you care to guess who those 3 are? It won't take it. It won't be too tough.
Ooh, Mr. Carter.
Yes, sir.
DJ, go ahead.
Eric Dickerson.
That's one of them.
Marshall Faulk.
That's correct.
Stephon Jackson.
That's the other.
Hey, nah.
Told you it wouldn't be too tough.
Yeah.
Not Todd Gurley, huh?
Steven Jackson had 8 straight seasons of
Steven
1,000 yards, by the way.
I think we kind of forget that he was a tight end in a running back position. And
everyone forgets how good Steven Jackson was. With a V, Steven with a V.
So, yeah.
I know it wasn't Stephon. I was just saying.
It seems like the Rams said, we're going to stop the run and see if you can throw it on us with our pass rush. And Goff's like, thank you for that, until the Rams, locked it all down. Because the Rams held the Lions to just 70 rushing yards and 1 rushing touchdown as they outrushed the Lions by 85 yards. That's the worst rush differential the Lions have absorbed all season. And then it helps to have the MVP quarterback, which is what Matthew Stafford is. With all due respect to Drake May, yesterday's second half was something you have to take into account.
Josh Allen's kind of throwing his hat in the ring a little bit.
I understand. But Matthew Stafford had his 3rd game of the year of 350 and more passing yards. He had no such games in the 3 previous years. He's just turning it on, man. He's his 3rd game with 350 better passing yards and 2 or more passing touchdowns. That's the most such games in the NFL this season. And the Rams took care of business. Rooting for Old Man Rivers at the same time. It couldn't knock off the Seattle Seahawks. But this is what Matthew Stafford had to say after the game.
There's still plenty of plays I want back, and then we could clean up. So, I'm not going to put a metric on it for us. I just want us to continue to keep working hard, keep playing, and I know that's what we will do. We got the right group of guys that, all we want to do is go to work and find a way to be better and continue to find ways to win football games as a team. It's a fun group right now, but, we understand that there's more out there for us.
There sure is. I mean, they almost threw a pick 6 to Aiden Hutchinson in that game.
Dude, Hutch probably scores if he doesn't turn around and kind of look to where the
maybe so
guy catching him, right?
Colby Parkinson, he's probably available in somebody's fantasy for playoffs. He's got 6 receiving touchdowns since week 10.
Gee.
That's tied with Devontae Adams for the most in the league. How about that? Stafford is throwing so many touchdowns like Oprah giving out cars that the top 2 touchdown catchers since week 10 are his. Now, Devontae, when he went down in a heap, with a hamstring injury, I turned to Coop because, again, we were at the game. I turned to Cooper, and I said, I don't think you'll see him until the playoffs because the Rams punched their ticket to the playoffs of the win on Sunday. We don't know the manner in which they're going to go to the playoffs, but they're in. And I know they want to win this game on Thursday night, but Davante Adams is on the north side of 30, and he went down, and
it did not look good.
Well, here's the thing, is it had the look of either, if I may interpret the body language, it was either really bad or just him knowing I have a hamstring injury. And he doesn't know the severity of it, but he just knows he has one, and he knows what that means.
Yeah.
Because he's been there and done that. And I will just say this. I'm not a doctor. I'm not in the MRI machine with him. I wouldn't even know how to read the image. All I know is maybe you say, we'll win the 1 seed for you. Take the month off. Come back. We need you for these 3 games.
Yeah, he's
Division,
later.
Championship, Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Yep.
And let's try and win it with Puka and try and win it with all these tight ends that we have and our running backs and our defense. Puka, 181 yards, a career high.
Stud.
He's so good.
Fantasy playoffs, too.
I got him.
Dude. And that's back-to-back games of 165 or more yards because he had a $167 in the Week 14 win at Arizona. The only other individual in the last 10 seasons to have back-to-back games of that magnitude was Mike Evans in 2019. So you got him. And the one thing that the Rams should focus on going to Seattle for this massive Thursday nighter to kick off Week 16. And I don't even think I stressed the word massive enough. We'll get to that in a second. Is get the Seahawks on offense to third down and unmanageable. Or any third down for that matter. Don't let them pick it up on first and second downs. Let them grind it out. Make them grind it out. Because if I'm a Seahawk fan, this is the one thing that concerns me. You already saw what happens against the Rams. If you settle for field goals, you lose. That's what happened in that previous outing in Los Angeles, where the defense did its job and the offense just couldn't punch it in the end zone often enough. You settle for field goals, you walk out with the L. The Seahawks against the Colts went 2 for 13 on third down. That's a 15.4% third down conversion rate. Seattle has the 3 lowest third down conversion rates of any team in a win in 2025. Now, Seahawks fans, you're right to basically say, what was that last 3 words? In a win. There are 3 wins with a third down conversion rate under 20% in 2025. They've got 3 of them, as I mentioned. The rest of the NFL has 4 such wins. So you're an outlier. The other 31 teams that have 4 such wins, you've got 3. So if I'm the Rams, that's what I'm trying to make them do. Grind it out. Don't find Jackson Smith-Njigba for all those big shots, and obviously don't let Cooper Kupp go off. Grind it out. Because what's at stake, and you could see it right now, what's at stake? You look at the standings. Obviously, first place in the West is at stake. Rams win this one. They sweep the Seahawks and pretty much wrap this thing up. I don't have the scenarios here in front of me, but they would be 2 up on Seattle with 2 to play. Adios, Seattle. And the Niners could still catch them. But the Rams, and this is why Seattle's got to win this game. You got to hold serve at home, obviously. You got to take over first place, even the season series with the Rams, because the Rams' final 2 games are at Atlanta and home for Arizona. Those are 2 winnable games. The Rams at Atlanta is a Monday nighter. Okay. So I would proffer to say Seattle needs to win this one. Maybe more than the Rams do. That said, if Seattle wins the game, that opens the door for the Niners. This is crazy. This is nuts because the Niners beat Tennessee. Okay. They got a couple touchdowns from the NFL's favorite garden tool. Juwan Jennings.
God, Kittle looks so good still.
Kittle and Brock Purdy and McCaffrey and that defense that's missing all of their all-pros, but they're doing enough. Don't forget, week 1. 2 results in week 1 might come home to roost in both conferences about the 1 seed. The Patriots lost to the Raiders in week 1.
So dumb.
That means they don't have the common games opponent tiebreak over the Broncos. It's the other way around. So the Broncos have the upper hand because the Raiders beat the Patriots in week 1. Oof. And they didn't lose to the Raiders. Meanwhile, way back in week 1, when Brock Purdy had a torn up toe that we learned about a couple days later, he rolls to his right in a tight game in Seattle and finds Jake Tonjes in the end zone because Kittle had already gotten hurt and we weren't going to see Kittle for another month after that.
Correct.
Plus, that result is something the Niners have in their back pocket with the Seahawks visiting them in Week 18. And if the Seahawks win, then all the Niners need to do is keep pace with Seattle the rest of the way. Again, San Francisco is at Phillip Rivers. Who knew that Phillip Rivers could come off the couch and the car pickup line in Alabama and have a say in who wins the NFC West? Almost took care of Seattle, but he's got the Niners next on a Monday night to wrap up Week 16. And if the Niners win that game and then come home and win a Sunday nighter against Chicago, and Seattle keeps winning, and the Niners stay just 1 game behind them, they could beat Seattle and win the NFC West, and yes, potentially, the 1 seed. So the Rams can win the 1 seed, the Seahawks can win the 1 seed, and the Niners can win the 1 seed. And the West, obviously, comes in tow. Holy crap. And the one guy who can decide it is Phillip Rivers. You can't make it up.
Phillip Rivers. Last week at this time, 1 week ago.
Yeah.
No clue that this was in the ether.
Well,
no idea it could happen.
I bet you got a call Sunday night.
I'm just saying us, the national public.
Right. Yes. Correct. Yeah.
No idea.
Yeah.
We're on a plane to New York watching the preview show.
Right.
And then everyone's like, wait, who?
Phillip Rivers, who, sitting at home at age 44, couldn't have been he couldn't have been more irrelevant to the results of 2024.
Yeah.
In 2025.
A week ago.
And guess who he's playing on Monday night to wrap up Week 16? Mr. Irrelevant. Who's the most relevant Mr. Irrelevant ever. Because
crazy.
If the Niners keep winning, and if the Rams beat Seattle, it's a tough one for the Niners to win this division because they don't have the tiebreak on the Rams.
Yeah.
You know? Yet. I mean, who knows? Arizona could nip the Rams in some way that we don't see coming. I doubt it.
It's the craziest season ever.